What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are here to talk about the latest episode of NXT. We're recording a bit late. It's Friday. NXT was on Tuesday, so my apologies. I'll be better. But yeah, without further ado, let's talk about the past episode of NXT. Let's break it down. What do we like? What do we not like? And how are the stories progressing? So in the show we had Trick Williams and CM Punk. They had a bit of a segment backstage. Basically, it was just Trick Williams saying thank you for being the referee. Because obviously, guest referee CM Punk, how can you not be thankful? That's pretty fucking sick. And then CM Punk takes the reins and he's like, don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of you, but no one will cheat in this match. I won't let Ethan Page cheat, and I especially won't let you cheat. He said the best man will win, but he won't play favourites. So CM Punk's going to call it straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. He's not going to have any bias. Yes, he wants Trick Williams to win, but he's not going to play any bias, and he'll make sure the best man wins. And to be honest, out of all the top stars, that's who we had. Yeah, we had Roxanne Perez on the show, but that's out of Trick Williams and Ethan Page, that's all we had. And it's, again, another episode where I think it's a bit underwhelming because we didn't have the world champion on. And obviously Ethan Page is must watch. And again, another episode, no Ethan Page. Which, maybe I love him too much, but I want every show with Ethan Page on. But yeah, so basically CM Punk saying he will call it down the middle and he won't play any bias. It'll be a brilliant match. I actually cannot wait for next Tuesday in an arena with CM Punk in Chicago. Let's go. Next, we had Kalani Jordan versus Sinclair. High-paced match. Good match, high-paced match, not too big on women's divisions, especially not the mid-card division. But for this match, I quite enjoyed it. High-paced match. Sinclair managed to take out the no-quarter catch crew, but unfortunately, split-legged moonsault from Kalani Jordan. Nice split-legged moonsault, and she retains the championship. To be honest, for a match that I didn't really care about, it was pretty entertaining, pretty good. Kalani Jordan in the ring, fine. Sinclair in the ring, nah, she's fine. She's working her way up. She's getting better. Kalani Jordan in the ring, don't get me wrong, she's brilliant, but I just think she's a bit dry, and I'm not feeling the character. Don't get me wrong, got nothing against her, nothing against the in-ring work, but again, she's way too much of a babyface, too boring for me. Next up, we had A-Town, Down Under, and Axiom and Nathan Fletcher on the Grayson Waller effect. And a bit of tension. A bit of tension was stirred up. I quite enjoyed it. Basically, Nathan Frazier's like Faxium, which is their name. Frazier and Axiom. Faxium is fine. Their bond is perfectly fine. But A-Town Down Under is looking like the ones who will have a betrayal out of the two first. Austin Theory says that there are levels to this game. There are levels to this game, and obviously Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are miles better than Nathan Fletcher and Axiom. But then Fletcher, again, stirring up the tension, stirring up the pot. He says, hold on, why is this called just the Grayson Waller effect? Why not the Grayson Waller and Austin Theory effect? And Austin Theory says, to be fair, he wants to change it. He wants to change it to the Grayson Waller and Austin Theory effect. And it's like, oh, okay. Could this be it? Could this be the moment where they have a bit of an argument? This is going to end eventually. This Grayson Wall and Austin Theory, A-Town Down Under, is going to end eventually. And I don't necessarily mind. Don't get me wrong. I like the tag team. They're good. They're entertaining. But, hey, they'll be just as fine as single stars. So, I'm excited to see where this will go. But yeah, Grayson Waller feeling the awkward tension, and he just cheap shots. Just to kind of, get out the awkward situations in. But don't worry, buddy. We know that you two aren't going to last. Next up, we had Hank and Tank, who I'm absolutely loving right now. Just fun and funny guys to watch. How can you not love them? Great baby faces. They look the part, they talk the part, and they wrestle the part. Absolutely brilliant. They get the win against the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers are in the mud. Like, no one actually cares. It's crazy how big they used to be, and now no one cares. Hey, they weren't necessarily that good in the first place. Mic skills, shit. In ring, they're fine. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Hank and Tank are more over than the Good Brothers says a lot. Again, another match of Aura Mensa versus Lexus King. And we saw a bit of a face turn, a bit of babyface mentality from Lexus King, because he was going to get the pin. Don't get me wrong, the match was fine, the match was great. He was going to get the pin, But he was like, you know what, no, I'm not like that. I'm going to get the win clean. Because he was going to get the pin with his feet on the ropes, get the leverage pin to get that dirty pin and get the win. But he's like, you know what? Nah, F that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get the win like that. I'm going to get it clean without cheating. But then before he knows it, Ora Mensa comes behind him and rolls him up and gets his feet on the ropes, and he gets the win. And Lex is like, what? I was being fair. Why aren't you being fair as well? So, yeah, Lexus King showing cracks that, you know, maybe he's starting to have a different mentality. Maybe he's going to start having a face turn. And, hey, let's see how good his work as his face. I think it'll be just as good as it... You know what? I'll put it out here. Lexus King as a babyface will be more entertaining than as he has been as a heel. Yeah, Ora Mensa. Let's see what happens. He's a bit of like, you know, what's going on, buddy? What is going on? But, hey, let's let him work. Let's let it marinade, maybe, if that's the right word. And let's see how Ora Mensa evolves. And I see great potential in Ora Mensa. I quite like him. But at the moment, I think he's a bit stagnant. I feel like Lexus King has a bit more content behind him. Next, Wendy Chu and Rosemary versus the fucking athletic girls. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, they're the athletic gimmick. But Wendy Chu and Rosemary get the win because one of the girls on the other team was distracted by Ashanti Theodonis giving flowers to the crowd. To be honest, I don't give a fuck about Wendy Chu. Her gimmick is way too gimmicky, and I don't like it. Don't get me wrong, I love The Undertaker, but he makes it he makes it cool. He makes it look believable. Wendy Chu, I mean, bro, you're called Wendy. Like, you're called Wendy, bro. You're called Wendy. Wendy Chu, and you're meant to be this, you know, pajama horror character with this cringe Rosemary by your side. Don't give a fuck about them. And the Athletic Girls, whatever their names are, you know what? That's their new name. They're called the Athletic Girls. Again, don't really give a fuck about them either. They're not good at acting or anything at all. Get out. Next up, Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander. I love Cedric Alexander, as I've already said. Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander versus Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I mean, this is a juicy match, a juicy tag team match. Javon Evans, he's all right. He's all right on the ring, on the mic, because he knows he's a babyface, but it's like he acts like he knows it. It's like, bro, just be babyface. Don't act like you know that we think you're a babyface. Just be you, bro. And he says stuff with the expectation that we're going to cheer him. It's like, bro, he's too nice and he's too much of a babyface and it's a bit cringe. Cedric Alexander, I've watched him since he was Cruiserweight champion. Love him. Love everything he does. Don't get me wrong, on the mic, he's not the best. But I think he's fine on the mic. And in the ring, phenomenal. And, you know, as expected, the match was brilliant. High pace, high flying from Evans and Cedric. But then the match comes to end as Nathan Frazier accidentally, inadvertently, pulls down Javon Evans from the top rope because he goes to... It made it look like he goes to distract Grayson Waller and Austin Theory by getting up on the apron. Axiom pulls him down, and in doing so, Nathan Frazier pulled the top rope down, making Javon Evans fall on his lucky charms. And A-Town Down Under got the win from that. So it's like, which is a bit interesting, because like at the start of the show, we had A-Town Down Under looking like they were having, you know, some friendship issues, and Nathan Frazier was the one exposing that, and Axiom as well. And then now we've just had, in the main event, Axiom and Nathan Frazier have a bit of a miscommunication, and Axiom's like, bro, what are you doing? And then Nathan Frazier's like, bro, what are you doing? I'm trying to help Evans and Cedric Alexander. So, hey, it might be both A-Town Down Under and Fraxium who are having fractures in the relationship. Hey, like what I did there? I did. And then finally, to cap off the show, Goolia, I'm going to call her, not Julia, Goolia, because that's how it's spelt. Julia is spelled Julia. She spelled it Guilia. So it's Goolia. Goolia and Roxanne Perez have like this media scrum, basically. Well, just meant to answer questions. A bit stale, a bit dry. I think Roxanne Perez can be a bit cringe on the mic, and obviously you don't understand the word Goolia is saying. But anyway, it gets spicy because Stephanie Vaquer, whoever that is, Stephanie Vaquer appears on the screen. All the marks go crazy, so she must be pretty big in Japan or something. She comes on the screen and she says, "What will you do when she'll be waiting?" She said, after your match on CW, what will you do when Stephanie Vaquer is waiting? Yeah, what a shit way to end the show. Because, I'll tell you why, this Goolia and Perez rivalry that we've just fabricated from No Mercy out of nowhere, as happens in pro wrestling, there doesn't have to be any backstory. They just see each other and hate each other, which is fine, as long as the story actually progresses pretty good. And to be honest, all they've really done is answer questions and stare at each other. This had great potential, this Goolia and Roxanne Perez rivalry. This had great potential. But I feel like the ball's been dropped a bit because the rivalry is a bit stale. It's kind of almost like it's just a bit of a respectful rivalry, kind of respectful tension kind of rivalry, instead of what Roxanne Perez usually does, which is, try and shit on the other person. But yeah, all I'm saying is I think this rivalry has just been a bit stale and just a bit slow. Because as I said, all they've done is stare at each other and answer questions from the media. So I don't really care about this rivalry. Again, maybe it's because I'm not a huge fan of the women's division, but look, I'm liking Tiffany Stratton's rivalry at the moment. I'm intrigued a little bit with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. I think though they've had a lot of time to have their build up. I suppose Goolia and Perez haven't. But anyway, all I'm saying is, I was reading the message, by the way. All I'm saying is, it's just a bit of a nothing rivalry, really. They kind of just said, oh, we've got a big name in Goolia, big name in Perez. Let's just hope the fans are excited for it, and let's not really put any major story or rivalry or animosity behind it, and let's just carry this rivalry on the fact that it's two big names. And it hasn't worked for me, because I don't really see any reason to watch it. Why should I watch it? I don't know anything about Goolia, because she's come from Japan. I don't know anything about her. And Perez is the number one woman in the Perez is the number one woman in NXT and in professional wrestling, depending on who you ask. But that's it. There's no real rivalry. There's no flashpoints in this rivalry. Bit stale for my liking. Bit stale. But anyway, yeah, I'm crying again because it's another episode without Ethan Page. He was on Chris Van Vliet, however, which I do love. Now we've got 3 episodes of Chris Van Vliet with Ethan Page. Hey, I might just go and watch them all back to back to back right now after recording this in one sitting. I don't know. I love Ethan Page. Let's have him have a brilliant NXT title run, get him to the main roster, and have him be champion for 10 years. I love it. I will see you guys in the next one. See you later.